Hello everyone, welcome to the Open Central Asia Regional Interest Community. My name is Yerkin Abdurrahimov. Today I'm going to be your host. Today I'm not alone, I'm going to work with my colleague behind the scene, Gulruh Mamat Kasimova, one of the community leaders. She's from Kyrgyzstan. Welcome to the Celebrating America 250 series. And today's our presenter, Sarvinoz Ergasheva from Uzbekistan. She will be speaking on the topic of how the US supports children with autism, ABA therapy, and the culture of inclusion. First of all, let me introduce the presenter. Sarvinoz is an English language educated at Webster University in Tashkent with 12 years of teaching experience. She has presented at international conferences such as ICEL, TESOL Arabia, and US Embassy supported events focusing on pragmatics and intercultural communication. She has also completed training in AI integration, media literacy, and grant writing, contributing to international projects in education and sustainability. Currently, she's collaborating with professors from the St. Louis campus on training specialists in ABA therapy in Uzbekistan. Welcome, Sarvinoz. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for your contribution to our community.
Thank you too for giving a chance to be a part of the celebration and to give a speech today on the topic of the culture of inclusion. Thank you.
You are welcome. Let me give you access, okay?
Okay.
Dear participants, the session is being recorded. So if you don't want to be seen in the recording, you can have your camera off. It's optional but encouraged. Thank you. Yes, now I have made you a co-host, Sarvinoz. Yeah. You can share your screen. While Sarvinoz will be sharing her screen, let me remind you the session provides the certificate. The link to apply for it will be available at the end of the webinar. Thank you.
So is it visible?
Yeah, it's uploading. Yes.
Is it visible now?
Yes, it is visible. You can start, Sarvinoz.
Thank you all for joining us today. I hope today's presentation would be insightful and informative for those who are started to implement inclusion within their classes. So today's topic would be about how US supports children with autism, what the therapies, and how the culture of inclusion started to be implemented within the Uzbekistan and local communities. So Mr. Ekin has introduced me. So I'm Sarvinoz Ergasheva from Webster University in Tashkent. I have honored to be international speaker in the couple of the international conferences. Currently, I'm pursuing my PhD on comparative linguistics, and beside that, how I started to be um, relation with the ABA therapy. It has been started whenever I started to work as a part-time worker, as a project manager in the program. I'm in the project, and within that, I started to work in collaboration with the teachers from St. Louis campus of the Webster University. And based on the experience, those valuable experiences I have gained recently from the project, I'm going to share what the theory of inclusion has been practiced within the US, and how Uzbek communities and the teachers can implement those practices within their classes. So let's begin. For the first, let me explain. You know that recently it becomes so popular the notion ABA therapy. What is it? Why teachers started to take the courses of this therapy, and what kind of connection does it have with the educators and the teachers at school and in high school communities? So it is applied behavior analysis, that scientific approach that uses principles of learning and behavior to improve socially significant skills in individuals which have autism. So you know that even though whenever those children are in the stage of, the first and the second stage, they're still capable studying at schools or universities. So it means that if we have those kind of the children within our classes, that's our duty to have those kind of specialist courses in order to be able to implement the idea of inclusion within our classes. What's the main key principles of ABA therapy? That's about positive reinforcement, individual goals, then data driven progress. It means that the progress, the behavior would be analyzed, calculated, and they would have a time framework, that if you had the session individually with the children within a month, it means you will implement, calculate what kind of progress does these children have, or what kind of negative effects the sessions are having. Based on those calculation, later on you will make their route, the map for the future session with these children. So why we need ABA therapy? It helps to communicate, for giving a chance for the children for upgrading their language and the social skills. We know that some of the children with autism in the later stage are not even capable of to do those daily routine work and the self-care to give a chance to improve the basic skills, the behavior. So it helps to reinforce behavior skills. Then fundamental, the learning readiness can also be done with the help of the applied behavior analysis. So now, within the project, I have been working. Last year on within the 3 months in summer time. So we have worked with the teachers from the professors from St. Louis campus of Webster University. Based on their experience, they are already started to apply within the U.S. framework for inclusion, for implementing inclusion within the classroom. Based on this experience, we started to implement those cases within Uzbekistan also. Um, Sorry. So, what kind of framework the US has? The first one, the first step they are taking is the legal foundation for each of the case, for the notion of for the children with the disabilities, with the autism. They have legal foundation within the classes. That's about IDA guarantee, that's individualized educational act that guarantees free, appropriate public education for all children with the disabilities. The second step is the early intervention. The earlier you prevent, you detect those illnesses within the children, the easier it would be to work with the children. So, federal programs support diagnosis and the therapy from birth to age 3, minimizing their developmental outcomes. Within the project, what we have done. We have tried to involve the teachers from the schools, to work with those specialists who came from the US to work on their experiences, to teach on the summer periods, 3 months, those teachers to how to apply EBA therapy within their classrooms. The next third stage on the US framework is the inclusive classroom. The children with autism are integrated into general education setting and specialist support. So, as I mentioned before, they're still able to study with those common classroom with the children. So now, if you have paid attention in Uzbekistan also, most of the schools started to open those inclusive classrooms for the children who have some, the disabilities, but still have capacity to learn and to study with the rest of the children. And the last step of inclusion in the US, which has been applied, is the community culture. You know that in the US and America, they have broad social, the workshop, then anti-stigma campaigns, strong parent involvement networks for implement the inclusion on the public scale also. And based on those practices, which are on hold and still in progress, we started to use those practices within Uzbekistan also. So during the partnership collaboration with those educators, we started to implement the culture of inclusion in Uzbekistan also. How it has been started? It started with the spatial training, as I have told you, those 3 months long. The course, which specified, simplified. That's not only for the specialists. The teachers are able also to study. They have spatial modules, starting with the easier step to explain was the ABA therapy, then moving to the data driven, the analysis part. The second one is legal rights. Together with the Ministry of Higher Education, we started to translate this course, modules course, in the for the school teachers, and to to think about, to realize, is to implement as a short-term course, which would be done as an obligation for all of the school teachers. So it would be done with the help of, the app, where they are able for free to take those modules to improve their skills on the inclusive education. The third one is the family empowerment. We try to train the parents also to make them as an active participant. Families are the most the consistent part of the in a children's life. So just with the help of the teachers, we are not able to improve. They're just a part. The halfway would be done by the educators, and the halfway, the support should be done, come from the family. So it is a crucial part to train those, the family members also, to explain that one-way road wouldn't work. Whenever they are taking those spatial, the classroom skills, they also need the training within their home also. The next step for the culture of inclusion is to reduce stigma. It means that we used to think that whenever the child has any kind of disabilities, they are not able to study, they need special support, they need special, the trained teachers. However, now it become quite, the common within the classes to have a right to give a chance, a right for the children with autism to study on the common classes. The next stage we started to implement is the early diagnosis. So before the child will go to the for the first grade, for the first class, we will try to evaluate, with the specialist we have trained within the schools to prevent diagnosis. Early diagnosis helps to prevent the illness. And the last stage is the international collaboration, having the partnership with the US programs, with the teachers who are already have experience on applying ABA therapy in their practices. So that's the steps we have taken, and it is still in progress. We're planning to have the next, the cohort of the teachers to, to teach them in a summer period for the 3 months long this year also. So now, how? So we have discussed about how to implement ABA therapy. Actually, it was the first part of our presentation. What is it? How it is done within the US, and how this experience have been implementing within Uzbekistan. Now, what's the culture of inclusion is, how it looks like, and why we need to implement it within our classes. So in schools, it means every child belong in a classroom. The children trained and differentiated instruction. So now those common the same instructions wouldn't work. So it means that the models you have, the similar for all of the school children is something we should work on. Whenever as the way, like some of the children are visual learners, some of them are good at reading and remembering, so that's better to implement, to change the instruction we have within the classes. The next one is to help for peer inclusion programs to build empathy from their early age. The next step is done within the families. The parent recognition, as the parents are also have equal rights within the therapies. The sibling support program. So last year we made a number of the workshop on four schools around the Tashkent to give those workshop to encourage the parents to help, to make their siblings also to be that part of the trainings. Then the home-based ABA strategists extend their therapy gains. So if you remember, a couple of years before, we had only one teacher who had the home-based teaching structures. However, starting from the last year, the number of them, raised to four. Now we have for each of the schools, four teachers who are responsible for home-based teaching who have autism and disabled children. And the last step of the inclusion is done within the communities. As I have told, those public spaces designed for the sensory accessibility, media representation of autism without stigma. And the last one is businesses trained to support neurodiverse employees. So those three main steps should be done if we want to move from awareness into the action within the schools, families, and the communities. Now the idea come. So I do remember the case. When we have started the project, there was the question from the teacher: I want to implement inclusion within the class. Where I should start? Where is the first step to take? Like imagine you're the ordinary teacher at school, at higher education, you want to implement inclusion, you want to involve those disabled children or children with the cognitive prevention or the autism, how to involve those kind of children. The first thing you should do is to change the old mindset you have and your children, the school children have, to change the ideas like autism is not an illness, that's something which that's like the difference within the children. So it's something we who are able to enhanced within the children. So the children with autism need to be kept separate. We used to think that if they have illnesses, they should go to those special classes. However, no, every child have deserves to belong and to be valued. So they are also capable to be within with the ordinary children. The parents are passive recipient of the advice. But we used to think that parents are not able to do anything. They need only special care. No, within the inclusion mindset, the families are those co-therapists who are able to do more than even those specialists. And the last one is the specialists work along to, for community involvement. So whenever we had the cases that parents used to tell that I'm not the specialist, I'm not therapist, I'm not able to change something within my child. However, they can do. So the more you work with your child, the more you treat them, and the more you, try to teach them how to cope with self-care and the daily routine, the better result they will gain in the future. The whole community support every children, the growth and the community. So the culture of inclusion within us begins with how we think, not just what we do. So the first step you should take is to change the mindset you have, to change the mindset those people around you have, to implement the idea of inclusion within your classes. Actually, that was all about what kind of experience we had with the educators within the project, and how we are still trying to implement as the project is still in process, and to make the project results more accessible for the teachers around the Tashkent.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Sarvanas. It was really helpful webinar, as I also have the disabled student, where I go to his home and teach him. Yeah, and
Right.
I have to learn a lot. Really to change something in my teaching. That was really
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah, and I have.
actually, in Uzbekistan, it's just has been started. The idea of inclusion, we didn't have just so much within ordinary schools.
Yeah,
Mhm.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank,
Do we
thank
have
you.
any
So,
questions, Guru?
yeah, we do have a question. So, thank you,
Mhm.
Sarvanas, for informative session. We do have a question by Dilafruz Akhunova. Are there any
Mhm.
complete research which showed that which shows the effectiveness of inclusion?
The research, they was based on the practices we have done. The last year, as before the collaboration with the instructors, we made the research which has been published. If you want, I can share the link of the article which has been published in a Scopus journal. It was about, does it gives effect on the classes, the train those educators. So it has been worked. It showed around 72% increase on the level of the activeness of the school children. So whenever those teachers who have taken the course, the modules, then started to teach from the September, they showed that they were able to involve more, the school children to their classes than it was before. They started to pay special attention to the children. They started to change the way how they are thinking. They started to calculate which type of the learning works for which of the children. So it has been verified by the research we have done. And after publishing of this article, we have decided why not to have those kind of modules, the classes, even in Uzbekistan, to train the educators, to give a chance for a majority to be able to to implement the idea of inclusiveness.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
I think we have some questions, Gulruh.
Yes, we do. Yeah, thank you so much. So, we do have a by Konikova Shamima. Could you send a presentation if it is possible? So, is
Actually, it
it
is
okay?
possible. Yeah. I can send.
Okay.
I will send to Mr. Erkin. Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Then
I
he
will
will
I will
share.
share it on groups on WhatsApp and Telegram
Okay.
groups.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Thank you,
So got
Sarvinoz,
it.
so
Okay.
much. Thank you so much. I would like just to bring my appreciation. You are a wonderful speaker that today I've got like an English teacher. I'm Parvina Sultanova from Khujan, Tajikistan. I've got lots
Nice
of
to meet
information
you.
before this. Yeah, nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Before this, I had no idea about it. Even it didn't come to my mind about ABA therapy, about autism, about culture of inclusion that you have that you have told right now. It was really significant, valuable, beneficial online session, and your explanation was very detailed. Thank you so much for informative online session. Thank you one more time.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you too.
Parvina.
Thank you for joining.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So we will continue the question answer parts. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Sarvinoz, we do have a question by Usmanova Rukhshana. How can
Mm-hmm.
teachers adapt lessons to meet different sensory and communication needs?
So the process of adoption would be done individually. It depends what kind of class you have. If there is a number of those children, the disabled children, that's better to change the instruction, which is, the turn to have for those children with the special needs. If your class has like more than two, that's better to start with in a gaming form. In a first step, so it wouldn't be out of the class. You will train, you work with the group of those children. You calculate, the ABA therapy has their database analysis form, where you would write, what kind of the prevention those children have. You will make the record before the class. Well, that wouldn't be something gradable out of the class. Once, based on what you have discovered on those children, what kind of the prevention they have, then within the class you will change the instructions of you have. Like as I have told you, we have the visual learners, we have the children who are quite active and are not able to sit with the lower at higher attention span. If it is like the instruction is shorter, they're able to do. If your instruction becomes longer than 2 minutes, they are not able to focus on one thing. So that would be done before. If you search even on the Google, you're able to find those tables, special tables for the ABS therapist, the data. To the first step you should do to complete those forms, to check what kind of the prevention they have, then based on this to change the or those instructions and the worksheets you want to implement your classes.
Okay. Thank you. So thank you so much. So here we do have a comment by Shamim as well. So it was a great session. Thanks a lot. So thank you for being active, Shamim, as
Thank
well.
you. Yes, sir.
And The same by Sanginova Shahnoza. It was very interesting report. Thank you. And
Thank you.
we do have a comment by Umid Abdrazakov as well. So we have inclusion teaching at secondary school in Uzbekistan since 2020. As far as I
Mhm.
know, as our teachers had been provided training sessions organized by UNESCO and USAID at that time. How do you say about this comment? Agree?
So yeah, it has been started, but the scale is still too small. I mean, by
Mm.
teaching a couple of teachers, even from one school, is not enough to prevent those and to implement the idea of inclusion. So the project we're doing right now to give open access to all of the teachers in Uzbekistan, to even though we know that they are not able with the working load they have right now, are not able to offline to attend those kind of courses, even though
Mm.
they are free out of the classes. After the classes it is not possible. The idea we are going to to implement is to make it accessible as in an app form. So after the class they will spend a couple of hours whenever they have the spare time to complete the modules. It would be done in a canvas form that they will enter. They will, if any of you have done those open courses by US Embassy, it is done on the canvas and it is on open access. In any
Yeah.
time, they have the limit, like within the 3 months, if you will complete, you will get your certificate. So actually, that's a great idea to give it access to the even for those teachers who are in the rural areas. In Tashkent, okay, it still have a chance, or they have the chance to to attend those kind of the trainings or the sessions. But those in the rural areas who are out of the city are not out of the city centers are not able to join those kind of the workshop or sessions. So
Mm.
to enlarge the broaden the number of teachers with the inclusiveness practices.
Great, thank you. Thank you for the information. And we do have one more question by Dilafroza Khonova. Were there any challenges which was difficult to solve in inclusion?
The main difficulties are, I do remember that after the ending of the course, they had a practical session. Those 20 teachers after the module course, and they had so they within the practical session, the first thing they have done. So we went to the special school. Then they made an open class. They We were sitting ahead, and after the class, they have told that they are trying. They have the knowledge. They have learned the modules. However, they are not able. To cope with those children. So it means
Mm.
that within one class or within one practice, you are not able to change. For working with those kind of the children with the special needs, you have need the courage to start and the patient to wait whenever it will start to to give the fruits. So within the 1 month, so we have told that until the end of the those 1 month practical session, you are not able even to see any kind of the result. For some of the school children it may show, but those the for the practical session we've put the time limit for 1 month. After a month, when they will get a job to you, to the way how you are teaching, then it will start to show the results. So that's the first step, which makes those roads, the idea of the inclusion, quite difficult. You are not able to see the result. The second one is to adopt the materials. So you know that the children, the teachers all the time claim that we have so much workload. So we have more than 30 children within one class. So is it possible to adopt, to make it, to change one, let's take the worksheet, to change those worksheet for each of the individuals in the class? So it would be difficult at the beginning. that you are not able, you would have some challenges, difficulties to adopt the program. But whenever you start to find those, the ways how to implement, by gaining the practice, it becomes the easier. Like for this, I got that this student has a low attention span, I will make it like short, with the shorter instruction. I see that this children has ability with those visualizer side, or whenever we have the games, these children, is quite active. On that way, you will start, after gaining the practice, it would be easier to change those, the models for inclusive education. So that's the first two challenging aspects of the idea of inclusion.
Thank you.
Can I share?
Yeah. So we do have, yes.
Raised
So
hand,
Umida
please.
Abdurazak, yeah, who is talking?
So,
Me.
Umida Abdurazak also has raised the hand.
I
Yes, you are
have
welcome.
questions about presenter's speech, because as far as I know, we have implemented inclusion teaching since 2020
Yes,
in
Mida,
ordinary
please.
school. I know that our elementary teachers they were invited to Tashkent to have some kind of training session, and then they come back to the rural training centers and give sessions to other teachers.
Okay,
And
something
they
maybe
implemented
technical issue.
this kind of sessions, trainings into their teaching context. And if we take my school, I know that in elementary basis, not in the secondary school, in elementary school, teachers are sustainable work with different kind of inclusion students with some needs, as far as I know. So maybe you should do. It's not like negative comment. It's it's just for clarification. Maybe if you conducting some kind of research, you should like to share your diagnostic test or something like this with retraining centers, or with like Ablano or Garano or something like this, with authority, to get some kind of feedback about it.
so
Just
you, yeah, we have discussed your question earlier. Yeah, actually, the idea was about to broaden, to enhance the scope of those teachers. Okay, your school has been applying. They had the training. It has been started at 2020. However, not all the schools are implementing. Yeah, and from your school, how many teachers have been trained?
All elementary teachers, plus some English and Russian teachers who provided some kind of classes with these elementary schools from 1 to 4th grade.
Yeah,
But we don't have
that's
some
great.
kind of session with a secondary school. Yeah, it's just for elementary school, because UNESCO, you say it, provided sessions for them.
Yeah. So the UNESCO also are not capable to, they implement to give those sessions for all of the school teachers. Yeah. Okay. You had a chance.
They
You went
provided
there.
sessions for mentors. Let's say
Yeah,
like
for
this, for mentors, and
mentors.
they share their knowledge to the other their districts.
Yeah, for their
Cascading.
district. Yeah, so but those who are still in need, so let's take the schools we have practiced it. The one from the Murzolbek district in Tashkent. Whenever we made, those the investigation from within those classes, schools, just a couple or just two or three of them raised their hands whenever we have asked about ABA therapy. The same case has been done in the kindergarten. We have started from the to early age intervention, went to the kindergarten, then the public schools. So just we have found out that just a couple of those children and the specialists know about ABA therapy. So the idea is to make it accessible for everybody. I'm not telling that the idea of inclusion is something new. It has been implementing, it's still in need, and based on the credential of the president 2030 strategic implementation of the idea of the inclusion, it is still in process. However, we need hand-on practices from those who have already the practice. So whenever you start something from the new page, that's quite difficult. But if you base it on the experiences of those who are already started to implement, it become quite easier. So what we have done, we have changed a year of the specialist training from the Webster to 3 months open access inclusion model for the school teachers. I guess now it become quite clear.
Sarvinoz,
Thank
can
you.
I share also?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. So I think like Sarnas, the next question is connected to this comment as well, your previous
Okay.
comment. How long does the training for teachers last, and are these practices too expensive to implement?
So those if they are talking about the studies, I mean the practices ABA therapy course module, it is 3 months long. The first one is to give idea what's those therapies. The second and the third one modules are based on what those data analysis intervention is, how those tables are made, and how you are planning to calculate the behavior analysis of your school children. And you need 1 month at least practical session with the mentor. So without mentors it wouldn't work to show and practice how to implement. So I mean, taking the course, studying, going to the trainer is a one side, just the half, I mean the 50% of the thing you will do for the inclusion, but the 50 still will stay for the practical sessions you will I mean made with those children with special needs. But it is not
Thank you. What
expensive
about
actually. Yeah, it is.
the cost?
You can also find those courses which are open and applicable on the. If you search in on the sites, it can also offered by the AB specialist trainings, and we have specialist board training, which gives you those. I mean, the certificate to the teachers. However, the one we're trying to involve to implement is would be free of charge.
Great, thank you. So we do have a comment by Dilnoza. So I have Sultano, sorry. I have a student who has autism and he's so smart and good. Thank you. Okay, and so Erkin, are we okay to continue the questions? What about the time?
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have, of course, Sarvinoz, for this wonderful presentation. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
we
can
can.
hear
Great,
you.
great. Yes, thank you
Thank you
so much.
too. Thank you too for giving me a chance to present, to be here, and thank you to be so active and I mean to be the part of those presentation. I'm so happy to share the experience I have gained. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sarvinoz. Dear participants, if you have any questions, Sarvinoz, are you following us on Facebook page, Sarvinoz?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, if you
following. Yes.
we will upload the recording of this session on Facebook page. You can ask the questions related to this topic. Any question to Sarvinoz, I'm sure Sarvinoz will be glad to answer all your questions on Facebook page addressed to her. Yeah, thank
For
you so
sure.
much.
I'm always open to any kind of the comments. You see that those bright and brilliant ideas come whenever you share and brainstorm with the colleagues who have shared, I mean, the common ideas on the topic. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sarvinoz, again. We will reach
Thank
out
you.
to you shortly to hand out your certificate. Thank you so much, dear participants, for the great and active participation. Thank you so much, Gulruh Mamad Kasimova, one of our community leaders,
You are welcome.
for moderating the
It
chat
was really a
and
great session.
facilitating
Thank you.
Q&A session. Yeah, today, as you know, we are wrapping up the April months. We don't have any announcements, but yeah, we will going to do a video announcement in a couple of days for the last 2 months of our the first part of 2026. Then after 2 months, we will go on vacation, but we will be preparing for our conference, second conference, which will be held on August 11. So please join us. It will be interesting. There will be 8 presentations in a row. So you have to take your coffee and take your notebook and pens and to see at least 6 hours in a row. So if you have any questions, for us, for the Open Central Asia Regional Interest Community, please, you can ask us. We can spend for a couple of minutes for you to answer your questions. If not, we will wrap up today's session by appreciating our presenter, wonderful presenter, Sarvinoz Ergasheva.
Thank you, Mr. Kim, Ms. Gulruh. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Do you have any questions, dear participants?
Yeah, then I would like to end. Is there any special textbook for these disabled students, or we do need common book that we are providing our school children? Is there any special books for them?
About the special books, actually we don't have any. I mean, should follow those course books. I mean, for the school lines, yeah. However, the thing you should do, you can take the manual handbook for the ABA therapy, and try to change just those instructions and the follows to change the way how you structured your worksheets. But for the base therapy and the idea of the inclusion, we don't have anything specific actually.
Okay,
Thank you.
changing and making it more easier, right? Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
then it's easier. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for the question, Parvina. Thank you so much. Thank you. Do you have any questions for us, dear participants? You can ask the questions under the post. We are going to upload the recording of this session, so you can ask any questions. You can ask Sarvinoz any questions related to this topic, and she will be. I'm sure she will be very glad to answer your questions.
For
can
sure,
I ask
yes.
question?
Yeah.
Can
Do
I
you
ask
have
question?
Do you have any questions for us for community leaders related to Open Central Asia Regional Interest Community?
Hello. Can I ask to Sarvinoz question?
Okay, Sarvinoz, if you don't mind, please.
Yeah,
fine.
I can.
I have
You are
written my
welcome.
question. I have written my question, but Gulruh, I think you haven't seen my question.
Yeah, sorry, Gulnara.
Yeah, sorry, Gunarji, because of the time.
Yeah,
Sorry for that.
because I wanted to ask important question, because we have the 2 students who are this kind of or how to say, special needs, yes, and one of them in the in graduate class, yes, he was studying in our at our school from grade 5. Now he's in grade 9, yes, but we do not mark them. Yes, by the end of the course, yes, by the end of the school, they have to get the attestation, yes, certificate of graduation. And we don't know how we have to mark him or don't. We mark only the PE classes, yes, like this, but not the important subjects. That's why I have this kind of question. What should we do, or must we do?
Actually, as I have told you, if the early prevention isn't done, so because of that, now in a grade 9, it is quite difficult to cope with those kind of the children, yeah, because they didn't have any specified, the education, they didn't have any kind of the training. So in that case, in the schools, actually, they offer the exams with the special teachers for this school children only. I guess that's the only idea to work, or to make them to to send to the classes, the schools for the special needs. Whenever it is too late, you are not able, I mean, to do anything with this
But
child. I mean, anything you do is hopeless. I mean, on the stage, whenever he's, I mean, more than like 10 years old, any kind of the sessions so wouldn't work. Actually, we do have those cases when the child becomes older, and when the self-care is not done by the, I mean, the parents. You know that whenever your child is too, I mean, the young, it is quite possible it wouldn't give you any kind of the difficulties to look forward to, I mean, look after your child. Whenever he become older, it becomes quite difficult. Then on that case, on that stage, when it is too, I mean, the how to say, when it become difficult to cope with those kind of children, then they will try to go to the doctor, I mean, to give some medicaments. But in that stage, it's too late. The thing you can do to take the special teacher, I mean, the therapist or the specialist for this, I mean, the child, if not to make them to take his exams from the schools for the special needs. So I guess I don't see any kind of a sense, I mean, to train or to exam those kind of childs, yeah, as they don't even
but
have basic knowledge, I guess, yeah.
but his mother is a doctor who works with such kind of children. That's why
That's
she's training at home also. Yes. Now at the beginning we had a problem, but now when he's already high, yes, in the high grades, now he started a bit speaking, yes, communicating with other students, and understanding, yes,
understand.
copying from one notebook to another, like this, yes.
Another one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why that's why it is interesting. We have tobacco, not this is.
Actually, that's depend what kind of policy and the regulation you have within the
Yeah.
schools. Yeah. So it depends in what kind of stage he is. If it is early stage, you are able to do something. If, I mean, the after the stage 3, it becomes quite difficult to train those kind of the children.
Okay, I understand. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you a lot.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the question, Gulnara. Yeah,
Mrs.
we
Erkin,
have a
I've got a
couple of
question
questions in the chat
exactly
box.
to you,
Dear
directly to you.
participants, yeah, it's already time. Yes, yeah, we are very happy, to talk with you, but of course it's already an hour. But you have a chance to ask your questions under the post, under the recording on Facebook page. And as I would like to repeat, Sarvinoz will be glad to respond to your questions.
Sure, for sure, absolutely. I'm ready to answer the questions
Yes.
if you
Thank you.
post. Yeah.
Any
If you don't
training
have
session
any
in
questions for us, for
Uzbekistan?
the community leaders, for the related to the Open Central Asia Regional Enters community, I would like to wrap up this session with appreciation to
Mr.
Sarvinoz
Erkin,
Ergasheva.
I've got a
Thank you so
question
much,
direct to
Sarvinoz,
you.
for your time, for your
Thank
contribution to
you.
our community. We wish you all the best. We will reach out to you shortly to hand out our special certificate. Thank you so much, dear participants. Thank you so much. I can see our global coordinators here, our regional coordinators. Thank you so much for your participation,
Thank you.
for your time. Thank you so much, Gulruh, for facilitating and moderating the chat box.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
too.
see you next month.
Absolutely.
See you next month. We have a lot of interesting webinars ahead. 2 months, we have 2 months. Then we will go on vacation. Then we will see on our second conference. Wish you all the best. Stay safe. Bye.
Thank you, Yerkin. Bye-bye.
Thank you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Bye bye.